My relationship with the Oral History Association began probably 40 years ago. And what is most amazing about this group is that I felt an instant connection to the people. I think my first meeting, I do not remember where it was, but I remember the old dead white guys sitting around talking, Charlie Morrison, Tom Charlton, and a bunch of them. And they invited me to join them. And I did, and I felt comfortable. And I heard their stories, they listened to mine, and we had a genuine conversation. And unlike the AHA and the other elite organizations, this one feels more like a family and has felt that way for the last 40 years. And I have continued to be involved because I know that oral history is the first history. It is the most important history, and it is an essential history. And I am so proud to have been a part of this organization as we have moved from novices to professionals. And that certainly has been, I think, one of the most important facets in our growth. And I'm excited that next year we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. And as I said in the first article I published about oral history in the Oral History Review in 1984, I believe it was, the written word is not sacrosanct. It can contain as many biases and distortions as any oral source. Trained as a traditional historian, I initially encountered resistance and dismissive attitudes toward my use in oral history in my research, housing discrimination, blacks and Jews in Chicago. And I had to fight the battle at Duke in the oral history program to get professors to understand the value of oral history. Certainly, I was working with Larry Goodwin and Bill Chafe. They understood, but others, members on my committee, did not, nor did the institution itself. So I was a part of that initial group at Duke, which helped to validate oral history as a legitimate source in the telling of not only history, but all facets of American life and culture, social sciences, humanities, and the arts. Stories about oral history are just many stories. But what I think is most valuable in this organization is the warmth, is the community, and the humanity, and the humility that has been displayed for decade after decade after decade. Being in the presence of extraordinary people such as Ann Campbell Ritchie, Don Ritchie, Linda Shopes, Timeo Black, oh, just amazing human beings. Rebecca Sharpless, Tom Charlton. All of these people were friends, are friends, family members, and they continue to help me evolve, make me a better oral historian, and make me a part of a family where we were able to sit à table, as the French would say, at the table, have a meal, share an idea, share a story, put together a panel, and plan ways to legitimate and legitimize oral history, not only at the collegiate level, but in all facets of American culture and education. So there is not one single story. I certainly have attended more oral history conventions over the last 40 years than all other history conventions combined, probably. I've only missed a few in 40 years. And I come here to have my spirit renewed, to learn, to listen, to hear, and to affirm the righteousness of oral sources as primal history that should be respected, should be restored, recorded, preserved, and passed on to the next generation. I'll stop there for now if you want.